No, I never really looked at it as frustrating. I'm just grateful to be in the situation I'm in. They always tell you the more you can do, the longer you stay around. And quite frankly, I consider myself, one of those people that can play all five positions, whether it's center, left guard, left tackle, right tackle, jumbo tight end. And I play a little fullback. So it's, I don't look at it as frustrating. I'm just grateful for the situation I'm in.
Can you describe for us what last week was like for you? Because it was your most extended playing time, and given all the circumstances of that game, it was a pretty big moment to step up into.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I'm just happy to be back out there. Honestly, I had fun doing it. Last game I started, not including preseason, might have been my my bowl game in 2018 at Penn State, the Citrus Bowl down in Orlando. That was probably the last game I started. And so it was just nice being back out there with the guys, just grinding towards a W, and I took advantage of the opportunity I got, and, we'll see where it goes this week.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Of course.
Uncle Rick, Ryan Bates, Spooky Ark as well for today. What's going on, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, just to piggyback off what Sal was saying, like what really goes into being, versatile, from playing tight end all the way from guard, tackle, center, what really goes into being that versatile as far as how you practice? I know you practice different than everybody else due to that versatility. So what really goes into, that game prep?
A lot goes into game prep, honestly, because, if you're just a center or guard, you kind of focus on the interior defensive lineman, whether it's the nose tackle or the three tech. And, when you're at tackle, you really just kind of focus on when you're watching game tape, you just really kind of focus on those ends, who you're going against in those third and longs and those pass rush situations. With me, we're going in a regular game prep. I kind of got to, since I have to do all five, I have to be prepared to do all that. So I kind of have to watch everything. And so it requires a little bit more film study and, just a little tiny bit more every week. And I just try to do what I can do every game day, whether it doesn't matter what position they put me in. I just got to be prepared wherever they throw me in at, whether it's, like I said, center, guard, tackle, or tight end.
Right. The importance of doing your 111th in that building, man, is wonderful. But, just care to talk about these past 10 quarters. What has really gotten into this football team the past 10 quarters?
This football team's waking up. We're on a roll. And we're going to be dangerous down the stretch now. I'll tell you right now, we've always been dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but right now this team's got a fire. We got a fire right now. That Josh, unbelievable leader, and he ignites that fire, and it's awesome to watch him, lead from the front and do everything he does verbally and physically, and how he leads our team. It's exciting. It's exciting to watch and be a part of it.
Speaking of that fire, man, I see you got y'all those fire Rolexes. What was yours engraving hat? What did your engraving hat on your Rolex?
It had engravings?
It had a great. Yeah, what's the name came with his? Don't shoot the messenger, but
I didn't know that. I have to double check on that. I didn't look on the inside at all. I have to double check on that. But the watch is beautiful. I'm so grateful for Josh and what he did for us this Christmas. It's a beautiful watch, and I'm definitely gonna be rocking it. Every time I'm wearing a suit, I got some weddings to go to this all season. I'll be rocking that on my wrist.
I got to find out how I can make that list for next year. Good luck this week.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, Ryan, good to talk to you. First of all, can you explain Rick to us? Because I think Dawson was talking about it last week, and he just got, I don't know where it came from. We just all call him Rick.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody really knows where it came from. It just kind of happened one day in my rookie year. It was a little nickname Nate Becker gave to me in 2019, and I don't even know what the reason was. I don't even know why Rick. I don't know. He said it one day, and it just kind of stuck like glue, and I just kind of embraced it. Being the rookie, I was an undrafted free agent, got traded from Philly to Buffalo, and I didn't know a lot of the guys, and it just kind of happened. And I was like, yeah, Rick, that's me. Mm-hmm. And so now it's stuck to something. My old Bobby, my old line coach calls me sometimes. Dave's calls me sometimes. I got the tight end coach calls me Rick sometimes. A lot of the players. So it's just kind of spreading, as the years go by. These past 3 years, just kind of more and more people just keep calling me Rick, and I'm all for it. I embrace it. I like the little nickname. I'm cool with it.
Okay. take me back to Sunday for a moment, because, you go in there, like you said, it's been so long since you started a game. You're all set in there at right guard. And I know the versatility, but how much went into mid-game like that, switching over to left guard? Was it a little bit jarring just because you had played the first part of the game there at right?
A little bit, just as, as you would think, anybody would be, a lot of people don't understand going from right to left or left to right. I explain it to other people how it's almost like I'm a righty, so I write with my right hand. It's almost like me trying to write with my left hand. That's how different it is in the feel of it, switching over from, one or the other. But thankfully, I actually feel a little bit more comfortable at left. And so it wasn't that much of a transition. It wasn't too much of a transition for me going from right to left, just because I felt a little bit more comfortable at left from the beginning. Just through practicing it and, doing all that throughout the season. It wasn't too much of a deal to switch off. But it is difficult, especially if you're going from right tackle to left tackle, and right guard to left guard. It's, a lot of people don't understand the difficulty it can come with that.
You said that you've watched, part of being so versatile, you have to watch a lot of film. So I'm sure you've watched, in excess of all the plays that you guys have had as an O-line all year. What went so right for you guys as a group, especially with all the people, the moving parts and all the challenges you guys have had? I mean, you could probably say that this Patriots game was your best game as a group. What went so right for you guys?
Honestly, it all started with the communication. Mitch Morris is a great player, a good friend of mine. And he came out, right at the start of the game. He came out making all the right mic points, all the right calls, and he got everybody on the same page. And it just, and then the guards communicated to our tackles, and it just starts with the communication, honestly. And once we all get on the same page, we just kind of run like a well-oiled machine.
Awesome. Thanks, Rick.
Of course, no problem.
I do have a follow-up to the Rick stuff, and then we'll leave it alone, hopefully. But do you like being called Rick? Is it like, are you cool with it? Did anyone ask if you liked it?
No, I don't mind it. I'm all for it. I mean, I'm 100% embrace it. I was very close to my name in my locker. I was very close to grabbing a Sharpie and just crossing off Ryan and just starring Rick. I accept it. It's one of those things where I don't hate it. It doesn't really matter to me. I kind of like it at this point. It's kind of growing to one of those things where, it's almost like a term of endearment. I think of it like, so I don't mind.
There you go. And then on a completely separate note, kind of related to what Matt just asked, but like during the week when you guys prepare, you can't necessarily prepare for, which, if someone's going to go down or what happens during a game. How do you guys kind of work on that communication before you get to game day? So when, the whole line has to shift, you can, carry it forward like that.
See, that's the difficult part. We only get so many practices a week, and there's only so many reps each day. And all those reps, the starters get. And so there's not many opportunities for someone like me who's a swing guy. I'm the swing guard or a swing tackle or backup center. I don't get too many opportunities during practice to communicate with those guys. And I'll, switch in here and there throughout the season, throughout the practice each day. But there's only a limited amount of reps you can get to practice that communication. And, when it happened on game day, we're a tight group. And so with offensive line, chemistry is huge. And we all get along with each other. Everybody loves each other. And so that we build off of that. We build off of how much we love each other and how much time we spend together. And communication just even though we don't get to practice it much, it almost comes easier just playing next to somebody that, you're comfortable with, as a human being, as a friend, and as a football player. And, it's limited, like I said, every week you get a limited reps. And so it's hard to practice that communication. But on game day, we're so comfortable with each other as human beings and friends. It just kind of clicks when we become football players.
And given that, the success you guys had on Sunday, protecting Josh and giving him a ton of time to throw, is that much more rewarding? Like, I know obviously for you getting to play is awesome. That's what you want to do. But as a group, like giving Josh, supporting him in that way, Sunday, is it that much more gratifying given the circumstances?
Absolutely. It's so much more gratifying. Every game you win is going to be gratifying, obviously. Every time anytime we score more points than the other team, it's going to be a good day. And it's just, this past game was fun. You know, I like I said, I can't remember the last time I had like so much fun playing football. You know, the last touchdown we had, we were all talking about it today, and you know, we all came on the sideline and we scored that last touchdown to kind of close the game out. You know, with I think it was under 2 minutes left in the game, and you know, we ran off on the sideline and we're celebrating. We're pushing each other, and you know, we're having fun. We're being excited, and you know, pushing the coaches. You know, everyone's jumping up and down, and it was fun. It was exciting, and I was so happy to, you know, get back to doing that.
My last question for you is, do you have a handshake with Josh, and did you kind of get to put it to good use on Sunday?
We do a little handshake. I don't know how it formed at all. We were just kind of arm out straight and then just kind of headbutt each other. So I don't know. It's just ever since rookie year, we just kind of did it on the fly and it just kind of stuck.
Headbutting is an interesting one. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Of course.